How did these Roblox developers lose everything and sink to the bottom? We'll discuss the stories of several developers who lost everything, starting with Avectis. Avectis was a Roblox developer best known for creating games such as Weightlifting Simulator 3 and Speed Simulator 2, both of which are very popular. In fact, the former has over 1 billion visits. Avectis was wealthy to the point that he owned a purple Sparkle Time fedora, worth 16 million Robux as of this video being recorded. It's safe to say that this guy was very prominent. With all this said, what did Avectis do to lose everything he worked for? Quite a few things actually. He scammed other players and did not pay developers who made stuff for him. This was most notably seen through his game Weightlifting Simulator 3. It was originally created by a user named Winter Soldiers. Avectis stole the game, however, and published it under the Flaming Studios name on September 11, 2018. As stated before, Weightlifting Simulator 3 went on to earn 1 billion visits since its creation. This was what led to him getting a purple Sparkle Time fedora. Avectis ended up getting terminated in January 2019. While the official reason for the ban isn't known, people have theorized that it was due to Avectis selling Robux on third-party platforms. Of course, this is against Roblox's terms of service, so it makes sense if that was why Avectis got terminated. Why would he do this though? Let's take a look at the Roblox Developer Exchange Rate, which is a system that allows developers to exchange Robux for real-life money. Here are the Roblox Developer Exchange Rates. Avectis was probably unhappy with these exchange rates and wanted more money, so he sold the Robux on a third-party website. As we said earlier, this is against the Roblox terms of service. Therefore, he was likely terminated for this reason. One effect of Avectis being terminated was that he lost his purple Sparkle Time fedora. This effectively brought his account value down to 0. If he had not been terminated, Avectis would still be worth tens of millions of Robux. Despite what it looks like, the story of Avectis does not end there. Shortly after his termination, Avectis created a new account on Roblox named ScriptBloxian. He would redeem himself under this name, making very popular games such as Legends of Speed, Muscle Legends, and Ninja Legends. It's safe to say that Avectis learned his lesson and became one of the most popular Roblox developers ever. Another Roblox developer who lost everything is SimBuilder. He is a former Roblox developer best known for creating the game Vehicle Simulator, which has gotten over 660 million visits as of January 2025. It's safe to say that SimBuilder had made a name for himself on the Roblox platform. So, what did SimBuilder do to lose everything he had worked for? He got arrested for causing a scene at the Roblox Developer Conference 2023. SimBuilder attempted to enter the venue where RDC was taking place, the Ford Mason Center for Arts and Culture, despite not getting an invite to the event. He then attacked a police officer and was soon arrested. Some bystanders recorded the event and posted videos to Twitter, which led to SimBuilder's arrest becoming widely known within the Roblox community. SimBuilder was charged with, quote, concealment of a firearm inside a motor vehicle and possession of a high-capacity magazine and armor-piercing ammunition. Several days after his arrest, SimBuilder's account was terminated. Even though the reason for the ban is unknown, it is likely related to his behavior at RDC 2023. SimBuilder was eventually released from prison in September 2024. He has returned to the Roblox platform as part of the game development studio Quick Game, which has developed numerous popular games. It's safe to say that SimBuilder has learned his lesson for the most part. Granted, he has a criminal record, but SimBuilder seems to be doing well nowadays. We cannot discuss Roblox developers who lost everything without mentioning Tremedy. He was a developer best known for creating the game Adopt and Raise a Cute Kid, which has gotten over 300 million place visits as of this video being recorded. It also became one of the most iconic Roblox games of the late 2010s, being featured in videos by numerous famous YouTubers. It's fair to say that Tremedy was one of the biggest developers of the late 2010s. With all this said, how did Tremedy lose everything he had worked for? He was notorious for being a bait-and-switch scammer. In a nutshell, a bait-and-switch scam is where a user advertises a game to be one thing, but in reality is another game. Tremedy did this quite a bit during his peak on Roblox. However, unlike other bait-and-switch scammers, Tremedy would change the thumbnails of his games from time to time. Of course, this behavior made Tremedy widely hated among the Roblox community. Another thing Tremedy did was steal free models and claim them as his own. He would re-upload free models under his account's name to prove that they were his. Of course, this is plagiarism. He didn't create the free models that he claimed to own. Tremedy also profited off both his bait-and-switch games and these free models. Believe it or not, the story does not end there. In late 2017, Tremedy gave admin command privileges to YouTubers such as Dennis and Flamingo in his game Adopt and Raise a Cute Kid. This was done to advertise the admin command's game passes on his games. In addition, Tremedy also made a video explaining how to get free admin in his games. All the viewer had to do was join Tremedy's Roblox group and subscribe to his YouTube channel. Needless to say, this did not give viewers free admin. All of the commands that users got were only usable on themselves. Tremedy used the admin command game passes as a way to advertise his game, which ended up working quite well. Over 50,000 Roblox users purchased these game passes, falling for Tremedy's scam. It's unsurprising that following all of this, Tremedy's account was terminated on December 7th, 2017. He was poison banned from the platform and his game, Adopt and Raise a Cute Kid, was soon shut down. It even got to the point where the phrase was filtered in Roblox chat. Tremedy's ban was initially said to be due to Tremedy's bait-and-switch scam games and broken game passes. However, it was eventually revealed that Tremedy was terminated because he violated Roblox's terms of service, tried to bribe Roblox staff into giving a user a Bloxy award, and sold Robux on a third-party website. Considering all of this, it makes sense why Tremedy's Roblox account was terminated. Every account that he made after this point quickly got terminated, showing that Roblox does not want him on the platform. All in all, Tremedy is an example of how not to be a Roblox developer. Even though he got very rich and became one of the biggest developers of the late 2010s, Tremedy's scummy practices ultimately led to his eventual termination and downfall. If you want to become a big Roblox developer, scamming users out of their time and money is not a good way to do it. Perhaps the most infamous Roblox developer who lost everything is none other than Jared Valdez 4. He was a Roblox user best known for stealing existing games and passing them off as his own. He also sold scam items that didn't actually work. Saying that the Roblox community hated this guy would be an understatement. Of course, we need to discuss what exactly Jared Valdez 4 did to lose everything. As we said earlier, he was notorious for stealing games and passing them off as his own. Jared did this using exploits, which gave him unauthorized access to games. Some of the most notable games that he plagiarized include Paintball, Town of Robloxia, Building with Friends, and Zombie Outbreak. These games were stolen from Daxter33, OneDev2, Roblox, and Stealth Pilot. Of course, these weren't the only games that Jared Valdez 4 stole, but they were his most popular games. Each of them earned millions of visits during their peak popularity. What's notable is that he would also do bait-and-switch scams from time to time. Paintball is one notable example of this, which was renamed to Angry Birds Tag sometime after its creation. Jared Valdez 4 was also infamous for taking ownership of various Roblox groups, some of which plagiarized assets from others. The most notable example of this was the group Studio Jair, which was a ripoff of Studio R. The latter threatened to sue Jared Valdez 4 for copying their brand and its content. Some other groups that Jared owned included Rebel Squad and Team Vortex. They were a copy of Recon Assault Team and Vortex Security respectively. Jared Valdez 4 was eventually terminated on Roblox, to no one's surprise. Every other account that Jared owned was eventually terminated as well. For example, Jared Valdez 2, his first account, was terminated for buying Lifetime Outrageous Builders Club with his mom's credit card. He would make new accounts and re-upload his games on them. They would quickly be terminated, however. It's safe to say that Jared Valdez 4 is the most infamous Roblox developer of all time. He started the trend of bait-and-switch scamming on the Roblox platform. It got to the point where his name was filtered on Roblox. If one were to type Jared Valdez 4 on Roblox, it will be replaced with hashtags. Roblox clearly does not like him. However, Jared Valdez 4 has since regretted his actions, talking about it online. He's also moved on and has done well for himself. Should I make a video talking about Jared Valdez 4 and his story? Let me know in the comments below. One other Roblox developer who lost everything is known as Decabox. He was a developer best known for creating games such as Rap Battles and Life in Paradise. The latter was notable for being shown in videos by many different Roblox YouTubers. It also got over 100 million visits before being deleted by Roblox. It's safe to say that Decabox was a very popular Roblox developer. With all this said, what did Decabox do to lose everything he had worked for? According to Roblox, he had violated, quote, terms of service for creating false and misleading content. However, he had proof of him being innocent. Over half a year prior, Decabox's account had been compromised by a hacker who stole his items and group. Thankfully, Decabox was able to fix the issue. Anyway, despite his efforts to appeal, Decabox's account remained terminated. He tried to return to Roblox using several accounts, such as Decapad, Banners World, Playcrate, and Lua Brand, re-uploading Life of Paradise on each of them. Decabox also created groups under each name, which housed re-uploads of Life in Paradise. All of these accounts were soon terminated, and each group was eventually locked. Notably, both Banners World and Playcrate were terminated because Decabox sold Robux for real money on third-party websites. This seems to be a common behavior among the developers mentioned in this video. It's safe to say Decabox hasn't been that active on Roblox. In fact, he hasn't been that active on social media in general, as his last post on Twitter was on January 13th, 2022. He's probably living life and doing other things. Despite having one of the most popular Roblox games of the late 2010s, Decabox's reign at the top eventually came crashing down.